The Book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah's Prayers. The word of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. Now it happened in the month of Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Susa, the capital, and that Hanani, one of my brethren, came with certain men out of Judah. And I asked them concerning the Jews that survived, who had escaped exile, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said to me, the survivors there in the province who escaped exile are in great trouble and shame. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its gates are destroyed by fire. When I heard these words, I sat down and wept. I mourned for days, and I continued fasting and praying before the God of heaven. And I said, O Lord, God of heaven, the great and terrible God, who keeps covenant and merciful love with those who love him and keep his commandments, let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear the prayers of your servant, which I now pray before you day and night for the sons of Israel, your servants, confessing the sins of the sons of Israel, which we have sinned against you. Yes, I and my father's house have sinned. We have acted very corruptly against you, and have not kept the commandments, the statutes, and the ordinances which you commanded your servant Moses. Remember the word which you commanded your servant Moses, saying, if you are faithful, I will scatter you among the people. But if you return to me and kept my commandments and do them, though you dispersed me under the farther skies, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place which I have chosen, to make my name dwell there. They have your servants and your people whom you have redeemed by your great power and by your strong hand. O Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayers of your servant and to the prayer of your servants who delight to fear your name, and give success to the servant today, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. Now I was cupbearer to the king. Chapter 2. In the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes, the wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it to the king. Now I had not been sad in his presence. And the king said to me, why is your face sad, seeing you are not sick? There is nothing else but sadness of the heart. Then I was very much afraid. I said to the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my face be sad when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lies waste and its gates have been destroyed by fire? Then the king said to me, for what do you make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven, and I said to the king, if it pleases the king, and if the servant has found favor in your sight, that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's sepulchres, that I may rebuild it. And the king said to me, the queen sitting beside him, how long will you be gone, and when will you return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I sent him a time. And I said to the king, if it pleases the king, let letters be given to me to the governors of the province beyond the river, and they may let me pass through until I come to Judah. And a letter to Asaph, the keeper of king's forest, and he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the fortress of the temple, and for the wall of the city, and for the house which I occupy. And the king granted me what I asked, for the good hand of my God was upon me. Nehemiah sent to Judah. Then I came to the governors of the province beyond the river and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent with me officers of army and horsemen. But when Sabahlath the Horonite and Tobiah the servant and Ammonite heard this, it displeased them greatly that some had come to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. Nehemiah inspection of the walls. So I came to Jerusalem and was 3 days. Then I rose in the night, I and a few men with me, and I told no one what my God had put into the head of to do for Jerusalem. There was no beast with me but the beast on which I rode. I went out by the night by the gate valley to the jackal well and to the dung gate, and inspected the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and its gate, which had been destroyed by fire. Then I went to the fountain gate and to the king pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. Then I went up to the in the night by the valley and inspected the wall. And I turned back, entered by the valley gate, and so returned. And the officials did not where I gone or what I was doing, and I had not yet told the Jews, the priests, the nobles, the officials, and the rest that were to do the work decision to restore the walls. Then I said to them, you see the trouble we were are, how Jerusalem lies in ruins with its gate burned. Come, let us build the wall of Jerusalem, that we may no longer suffer disgrace. And I told them of the hands of God which had been upon me for good, and also of the words which the king had spoken to me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for the good work. But when Sabbath and Haronite and Tobiah, the servant, Ammonite, the Geshem, the Arab, heard of it, they derided us and despised us and said, what is this thing what you're doing? And are you rebelling against the king? Then I replied to them, the God of heaven will make us prosper, and we his servants will arise and build. But you have no portion of right or memorial in